My name is Kathy Marino Thomas, and up until 2013, I was the board president for Marriage Equality USA. This is my wife, Sheila Marino Thomas. And with us today is Edie Windsor. Ms. Windsor is the plaintiff in the Supreme Court case where she sued the IRS for taxes incurred on her when her wife Thea passed away.
I want to make a small correction. I did not sue the IRS.
Okay, very good.
I sued the United States of America.
Okay. Well, that's a big correction,
Okay.
so let's just fix that.
And the thing read, the brief read, Edith Flane Windsor versus the United States of America.
So, Edie, I'd like for you to tell everybody a little bit about how we met and what, our first interactions were all about and all of that.
Yeah. I don't even remember how we met. I feel as if I've known you all my life. But I probably at Marriage Equality New York.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you remember, the room was very big. First there were just a few people.
That's right, it was a town
Suddenly
hall.
it was mobbed.
We made room for Thea to sit in the front row.
Yeah,
we'll put
right.
you guys up
front. That was a very special night.
Yes.
That was a very special night. Okay, there was someone from HRC and who was bringing us up to date on how the world was.
That's right.
Okay, and he was saying, we are just in line with the administration. We have exactly the same agenda, and our timing is the same. And he named all the things, and somebody in the audience said, what about marriage? And he said, well, that's a couple years down the pike. And this one came down from the stage with a microphone, okay, and stuck it in my mouth, okay. And I said, I'm 77 years old and I can't wait. Okay.
That's right. It's funny because someone stated this following question. Early in this case, there were naysayers who tried to discourage you from going forward with the case, saying it's too early, and then it could backfire on us at the Supreme Court level. So what gave you the courage to persist?
Okay. I was going. I thought they don't know what they're talking about. I also believe in the, this business of there is no wrong time for justice. So if you're going to go for it, go for it. Actually, Brendan Fay is who was responsible, though, for it to continue. Yeah. Brendan got on the phone, and he was indignant as hell when he heard they're not going to
I'm not shocked.
They're not going to help, okay?
That's right.
Now, Brendan's role in my life altogether, Brendan is who introduced us to the judge who married us. Okay, helped us get there and everything about it. Brendan was talking to two women filmmakers over coffee, and he said, I really have to run, I have to meet these two women before the wedding, before we went to Toronto. And he said, as a matter of fact, would you interview them for me on camera? Okay, so they did. That's how we met them. Okay, and when they left, they called Brendan and said, we want to do a documentary. So I'm walking around with this film, which I believe I have a documented marriage, and you jerks won't pay attention. It's going to be a long time before we have this much documentation of a marriage. So he's responsible for that. He's responsible then for getting me the lawyer who did it. And right after the decision in the appeals court, we won, and it was right after that we're at the meeting, and Brenda said, Edie, would you say a few words? And so I got up and I said, well, I want to tell you that when I saw the first brief, when it said Edie Windsor versus the United States of America, I was scared to death. But I want everybody here to understand none of it was my fault. It was all Brendan's fault. And I proceeded to go through each thing that Brendan was responsible for. Every critical step of the way,
yes.
It was Brendan, okay? And, okay,
fearless.
So I said, if the government comes to you and asks, it's Brendan's fault, not
it's
mine.
Brendan's fault.
Okay. Okay. It's great that New Yorkers, turned out to be the really arrogant ones.
Yeah.
You, me.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's right. We didn't take no for an answer. Absolutely.